everybody, it's Jess here with Two Real Geeks, bringing you another edition of Geeks Kitchen. So today on Geeks Kitchen, we're going to be making sausage and peppers. Figured it's a good time for it. I had it on my mind because I mentioned it in the last Geeks Kitchen where we made the Thai ginger chicken. I'll link that video below. But I figured it's a good time of year. The theme parks are opening. You know, where we were from in New York, it was kind of like fair season, like May, June. So, you know, sausage and peppers is kind of like ultimate fair food. You'll be sick about how easy this is and about how amazing people will think you are if you cook this for people. It's a great recipe, super easy, not expensive. So we're going to get right into it and get rolling. Alright, so here's everything we're going to need for this recipe. Everything we're going to need. That's it. So we have sausage. This is my preferred brand of sausage, Premio. So it's the one I normally use. Excellent because it's available at Walmart down here. Up north, I could get it pretty much any grocery store. Down here, it's kind of hit or miss, but they do have it at Walmart. I use sweet sausage for my sausage and peppers. If you really like spicy, you can try the hotter sausage. But yeah, I always use sweet. Have a couple peppers, green and a red, just for a little bit of color. Makes it a little prettier to look at. You can use all red pepper if you prefer, all green pepper, whatever you want, it's up to you. And a few onions. If they were really big, I'd probably use 2, but since they're more medium sized, I'm going to use 3. So, we're going to serve this on rolls, so we have rolls over there. You can serve it on like wedge bread, well, we call them wedges, hoagie rolls, I don't know what you call, heroes, you know, like French bread. I don't know what you call them where you're from. For like where I'm from, we call them like sandwiches like that, a wedge, but that's very specific to my small area of New York and like nowhere else. So, but you know, regular like, you know, sandwich bread, dun, 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 or whatever kind of rolls you like, you can use. Or, as we go through the recipe, I'll throw in a variation that you can put potato in it also if you want to like just make it to eat in a bowl, or you just like to add potato, like that's another possibility. I don't usually do it, but every once in a while, but I'll throw in that step for anybody who wants to try it that way. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my big roasting pan. Just gonna grab a fork and we're gonna get the sausage cooking. So I have my oven preheated to 350. Okay, lay out the sausage whole in the pan. I'm gonna poke a few holes in each one. And as we go on in the recipe, you'll see what that is for. It's not just for like how the sausage cooks or anything like that. It's because we want to get a good amount of the drippings from the sausage into the pan to flavor the vegetables. So we are, I'm going to have to slide you back a little. Okay. I'm going to put this in the oven. 350 for 20 minutes. Alright, so we have that in the oven for 20 minutes, and we'll see you in a little while. Alright, so almost getting ready for our first 20 minutes in the oven to be done. If you wanted to add the potatoes while the sausage was cooking for the first 20, you would peel and slice up the potatoes into like small chunks and put in boiling water for a few minutes, probably about 15 minutes or so, until they get soft, but not really soft, not like you were making mashed potatoes, because then they're going to totally fall apart and everything in the oven. So you want them to have just a teeny bit of bite to them, but make sure that they're cooked through, because they're not going to cook through a whole lot while they're cooking in the oven. So yeah, if you wanted to do the potatoes while these were in for the first 20 is when you would start that getting done. And got about 4 more minutes. I'll get ready everything I need to slice up the veggies. Alrighty. Alright, and we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, our first 20 is up. Okay, now I'm going to flip these over. Poke holes again. Careful. They're hot. Okay. Now they're going to go back in the oven for another 20 minutes. Okay, so while the sausage is cooking for the next 20, I'm going to go ahead and prep the vegetables. So, I'm going to julienne everything, so it's going to be long, thin strips. I'm sure everybody has their own way of doing things. If you need to know how to julienne an onion, you're going to cut both sides off. Cut it in half. Peel off the outside. Okay, and you're just gonna, from the outside toward the middle, cut thin slices. I like mine really thin, and I like my vegetables to get really soft. And you might not. You might like thicker, heartier veggies. So, if you do, then just cut larger slices. I cut mine as thin as possible because I like my vegetables, especially the onions, to really like caramelize and cook down. So alright, and to julienne the peppers, pretty easy. Just slice around the top. Whoop. And move that. Pull the middle out. Pull out any loose seeds and stuff. And again, I like really thin vegetables. You might like yours thicker. I also use kind of a minimal amount of peppers in my sausage and peppers. We kind of like the meat to be the star usually, and the onions cook down a lot. So if you like vegetables and you might like a little, you might want to throw in an extra pepper if you like vegetables a lot. And this kind of recipe is really easy to adjust for like individual taste without really altering anything in the recipe. You just do what you feel like you'll like, Alright, so my veggies are all set. We have about 9 minutes left on the timer for the sausage, so we'll be right back. Okay, so our sausage should be ready to come out. Okay. So this part gets a little tricky, takes up a little space, and this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take the sausage out of the pan. Now, all the drippings from the sausage, you want to leave as much of that in the pan as possible. I like to squeeze the sausage a little bit before I take them out of the pan. Alright, so we have our sausage here laid out. All the good sausage drippings in the pan. So, sorry. Hopefully you can see. There you go. Alright, so now we're going to take all the veggies and put them them in the pan. Gonna grab a little mitt because the pan's probably still a little hot. Gonna make sure that your onions are separated so that they're in, you know, small thin slices. And you're gonna stir all the veggies up with the sausage drippings. No escapees. Alright, now I'm going to put this back in the oven, same temp, 350. This time for about 15 minutes. This is another one that you can kind of alter to your taste. Like, I like mine really well done. So I'm going to put them in for 15 and check them. And you might like your vegetables a little firmer, a little tougher. So you can probably try 8 to 10 minutes if you want them not as well cooked, and then check and see if they're a consistency that you like. Alright, we're in for 15 and we'll be back. Alright, so waited a few minutes. There's about 7 minutes left before I check the veggies. So, gave the sausage a couple minutes to cool down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and slice the sausage. Alright, so our sausage is sliced and ready to go, and we're down to our last minute, and we're going to check the veggies out. Alrighty, let's see. Ooh. This one. Check out our veggies. Now, this might be well enough for you. They're starting to get soft. I'm going to actually give these another 10 minutes before I add the sausage. If you like your veggies a little firmer, you can go ahead and add your sausage now. But I will be right back. Let's check the veggies. Alrighty. Okay, now I'm going to add the sausage. Gonna mix it all up. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the oven and cook all together for 30 minutes. Okay, timer's on. Everything's all cooking up together, and we'll see you in a little while. Leia, what you doing? Okay, let's check it out. Alright, there we go. Getting on that. There you can see, nice and browned. Onions and peppers, nice and caramelized. As good or better than any fair or carnival that you've been to. Got some rolls to put it on. Gonna get this all ready for Danny. Got these from Kroger. These are super cheap, couple dollars for like 6 of them. You can get harder rolls. They have another one of these that are like sausage rolls. Those are really good too. You can eat these just like that. We use ketchup. You could even heat up some spaghetti sauce, and that would be delicious. So there's lots of ways to enjoy sausage and peppers. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us again in Geek's Kitchen. Hopefully you tried this recipe and loved it. Let me know in the comments, or if you have any questions before you try. Again, we use premio sausage. I have actually tried the sausage from Kroger before, because that's just like the closest store to us and where we like run if we have to grab something, and they didn't have it there, so I did try theirs, and it actually wasn't bad. So if that's what's nearby to you, you can go ahead and try that. If the sausage is a little bit smaller, you might want to adjust the end cook time from a half hour to like 20 minutes. The premio sausage, especially the ones from Walmart, they're like really kind of large, so the first like 40 minutes you cooks them all the way through, but it doesn't really brown them as much. So I give that a half hour at the end. If you have a little bit smaller sausage and they're really brown after the first 40 minutes, you might want to only give 20 minutes at the last. You can keep an eye on it. Really easy and amazing. People will love it. You will love it. And thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.